help him, dear Father?
Joseph, Jesus, and Mary, help my friend, Mr. Bailey.
Help my son, George, tonight.
He never thinks about himself, God. That's why he's in trouble.
George is a good guy. Give him a break, God.
I love him, dear Lord. Watch over him tonight.
Please, God, something's the matter with Daddy. Please bring Daddy back.
Watch over him tonight.
I love you.
Hello, Joseph. Trouble?
Looks like we'll have to send someone down. A lot of people asking for help for a man named George Bailey.
George Bailey? Yes, tonight's his crucial night. You're right. We'll have to send someone down immediately. Whose turn is it?
That's why I came to see you, sir. It's that clockmaker's turn again.
Oh, Clarence hasn't got his wings yet, has he?
We've passed him up right along. Because, you know, sir, he's got the IQ of a rabbit.
Yes, but he's got the faith of a child. Simple. Joseph, send for Clarence.
You sent for me, sir?
Yes, Clarence. A man down on Earth needs our help.
Splendid. Is he sick?
No, worse. He's discouraged.
Sir, if I should accomplish this mission, might I perhaps win my wings? I've been waiting for over 200 years now, sir, and people are beginning to talk.
What's that book you've got there?
Oh, The Adventures of Tom Sawyer.
Clarence, you do a good job with George Bailey, and you'll get your wings.
Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Poor George. Sit down.
Sit down? What do we...
If you're going to help a man, you want to know something about him, don't you?
Well, naturally, of course.
Well, keep your eyes open. See the town?
Where? I don't see a thing.
Oh, I forgot. You haven't got your wings yet. Now, look, I'll help you out. Concentrate. Begin to see something?
Why, yes. This is amazing.
If you ever get your wings, you'll see all by yourself.
Oh, wonderful.
Yay! Okay, boys, let's go.
Hey, who's that?
That's your problem, George Bailey.
A boy?
That's him when he was 12, back in 1919. Something happens here you'll have to remember later on.
Let's go, Marty! Let's go, Marty! Let's go, Sammy! And here comes the scare baby, my kid brother, Harry Bailey. I'm not scared. Let's go, Harry! Come on, Harry! Come on, Harry! George, help! Help! Harry! Come on! Help! Harry! Way to go! Shine, Daddy!
George saved his brother's life that day. But he caught a bad cold, which infected his left ear. Cost him his hearing in that ear. It was weeks before he was able to go back to his after-school job at Old Man Gower's drugstore.
Mr. Potter!
Who's that? A king?
That's Henry F. Potter, the richest and meanest man in the county.
Wish I had $1 million. Hot dog! It's me, Mr. Gower, George Bailey.
You're late.
Yes, sir. Hello, George. Hello, Mary. Hello, Violet.
2 cents worth of shoelaces?
She was here first. I'm still thinking.
Shoelaces?
Please, Georgie. I like him. You like every boy. What's wrong with that?
Here you are.
Help me down?
Help you down? Made up your mind yet?
I'll take chocolate.
With coconuts?
I don't like coconuts.
You don't like coconuts? Say, brainless, don't you know where coconuts come from? Look at here. from Tahiti, the Fiji Islands, the Coral Sea.
A new magazine. I never saw it before.
Of course you never. Only us explorers can get it. I've been nominated for membership in the National Geographic Society.
Is this the year you can't hear on? George Bailey, I'll love you till the day I die.
I'm going out exploring someday. You watch. And I'm going to have a couple of harems and maybe 3 or 4 wives. Wait and see.
George! George!
Yes, sir?
You want to pay to be a canary?
No, sir. Mr. Gower, do you want something? Anything?
No.
Anything I can do back here?
No.
I'll get them, sir.
Take those capsules over to Mrs. Blaine. Just wait for them.
Yes, sir. They have the diphtheria there, haven't they, sir?
Yeah.
Is it a charge, sir?
Yes, George.
Mr. Gower, I tell
Oh, get going.
you... Yes, sir.
Fast there, Captain Cook. Where you heading?
Gotta see Papa, Uncle Billy.
Some other time, George.
It's important.
There's a squall in there. It's shaping up into a storm.
Uncle Billy, telephone.
Who is it?
Bank examiner.
Bank examiner. Should have called him yesterday. Switch it inside.
I'm not crying, Mr. Potter.
Well, you're begging. That's a whole lot of work.
Well, all I'm asking for is 30 days more. Just a minute, son. Just 30 short days. I'll dig up that 5,000 somehow.
Shut me up, shut me up.
Pop.
Have you put any real pressure on these people of yours to pay those mortgages?
Times are bad, Mr. Potter. A lot of these people are out of work.
Well, foreclosed.
I can't do that. These families have children.
They're not my children.
But they're somebody's children, Mr. Potter.
Are you running a business or a charity war?
Well, all I'm...
Not with my money.
Mr. Potter, what makes you such a hard-skulled character? You have no family, no children. You can't begin to spend all the money you've got.
Oh, I suppose I should give it to miserable failures like you and that idiot brother of yours to spend for me.
He's not a failure. You
George,
can't say
George.
that about my father.
George,
You're
George.
not. You're the biggest man in town.
Run along.
Bigger than him.
Run along.
Bigger than everybody.
Very
Give
busy,
you an
Mr.
idea of the
Potter.
Baileys.
Don't let him say that about you, Pop.
All right, son. All right. Thanks. I'll talk to you tonight.
Well, what's the answer?
What? Why, that medicine should have been there an hour ago. It'll be over in 5 minutes for the plan. Where's Miss Blaine's voice of capsules? Didn't you hear what I said?
Yes, sir.
What kind of tricks you playing away? Why didn't you deliver him right away? Don't you know that boy's very sick?
You're hurting my sore here.
You lazy loaf.
Mr. Gower, you don't know what you're doing. You put something wrong in those capsules. I know you're unhappy. You got the telegram and you're upset. You put something bad in those capsules. It wasn't your fault, Mr. Gower. Just look and see what you did. Look at the bottle you took the powder from. It's poison, I tell you, it's poison. I know you feel bad.
Oh.
Don't hurt my sore ear again.
Oh, no,
Don't hurt
no,
my
no.
sore ear again.
Oh, George. George.
Oh, Mr. Gower, I would never tell anyone. I know your feeling. I would never tell a soul. Hope to die, I won't.
An overnight bag. Genuine English cowhide. Combination lock. Fitted up with brushes, combs.
No. Oh, look, Joe. Now, look. I want a big one.
What'd you stop it for?
I want you to take a good look at that face.
Who is it?
George Bailey.
Oh, you mean the kid that had his ears slapped back by the druggist?
That's the kid.
Ah, it's a good face. I like it. I like George Bailey. Tell me, did he ever tell anyone about the pills?
Not a soul.
Did he ever marry the girl? Did he ever go exploring?
Well, wait and see.
Big, see, I don't want one for one night. I want something for 1,001 nights. With plenty of room here for labels from Italy and Baghdad, Samarkand. Great big, sir, but...
I see. A flying carpet, huh?
Yeah.
I don't suppose you'd like this old second-hand job, would you?
Ah, you're talking. Gee whiz, I could use that as a raft in case the boat sunk. How much this cost?
No charge.
That's my trick here, George. Sound like you said no charge.
That's right.
Well, what's my name doing on it here?
Little present from old man Gower. Came down and picked it out himself.
He did? What do you know about that? My old boss. Isn't that nice?
What boat are you sailing on?
Well, I'm working across on a cattle boat.
A cattle boat?
Okay, I like cows.
Hello, Mr. Gower. How are you? Thanks ever so much for the bag. It's just exactly what I wanted.
Oh, forget it.
Oh, it's wonderful of you to think of me.
Hope you enjoyed it.
I wish I had $1 million. Hot dog!
Avast there, Captain Cook! You got your sea legs yet?
Hollywood Francais, mister! Hey, send me some of those picture postcards, will you, George?
Hey,
You know
George,
the kind.
don't take any plug nickels.
Hey, George, your suitcase is leaking.
Hey, Ernie. Hi, Ernie.
Hiya, George.
Hi, Bert.
George.
Hey, I'm a rich tourist today. How about driving me home in style, huh?
Hey, hop
yes,
in, Your
sir.
Highness, hop in. And for the carriage trade, I put on my hat.
Good afternoon, Mr. Bailey.
Hello, Violet. Hey, you look good. That's some dress you got on there.
What? This old thing? Well, I only wear it when I don't care how I look.
How would you like to
Want to come along, Bert? We'll show you the town.
No, thanks. I'll go home and see what the wife's doing.
Family man.
George, Harry, you're shaking the house down. Stop it.
Oh, let them alone. I wish I was up there with them.
Well, Harry will tear his dinner suit. George.
That's why all children should be girls.
Well, if they were all girls, there wouldn't be any... Oh, never mind. George, Harry, come down to dinner this minute. Everything's getting cold, and you know how long we've been waiting for you. Oh, you two idiots. George, sit down and have dinner.
I've eaten.
Well, aren't you going to finish dressing for your graduating party? Look at you.
I don't care. It's George's tux. Annie, my sweet, have you got those pies?
You lay a hand on me, I'll hit you with this broom.
Annie, I'm in love with you. There's a moon out tonight.
Boy, my last meal in the old Bailey boarding house.
Oh, my land, my blood pressure.
Pop, can I have the car? I've got to take over a lot of plates and things.
What plates?
Oh, Mom, I'm chairman of the Eats Committee. We only need a couple of dozen.
Oh, no, you don't, Harry. Now, not my best Hamlin.
Oh, let him have the plates, Mother.
Hope you have a good trip, George. Uncle Billy and I are going to miss you.
Miss you too, Pop. What's the matter? You look tired.
Oh, I had another tussle with Potter today. I thought when we put him on the board of directors, he'd ease up on us a little bit.
Oh, what's eating that old money-grubbing buzzard anyway?
Oh, he's a sick man. Frustrated, sick in his mind, sick in his soul, if he has one. He hates everybody that has anything that he can't have. Hates us mostly, I guess.
Yeah.
Gangway. So long, Pop.
So long.
Oh, you got a match?
Very funny, very funny.
Put those things in the car, and I'll get your tie and studs ready for you. Now, hurry up.
Okay, Mom.
Now,
You coming
don't
later?
drop one of those.
You coming later, George?
What do you mean? It'd be bored to death?
Couldn't want a better death. Lots of pretty girls. We're going to use that new floor tonight, too.
Oh, but worse.
No gin tonight, son.
Oh, Pop, just a little?
No, son, not one drop.
Boys and girls and music. Why do they need gin?
Well, did I act like that when I graduated from high school?
Pretty much. You know, George, I wish we could send Harry to college with you. Your mother and I talked it over half the night.
We have that all figured out. See, Harry will take my job in the building alone, work there for 4 years, and then he'll go.
Pretty young for that job.
Well, no younger than I was.
Well, you were born older, George.
How's that?
I say you were born older. I suppose you've decided what you want to do when you get out of college.
Oh, well, you know what I've always talked about. Build things, design new buildings, plan modern cities. All that stuff I've been talking
Still
about.
after that first million before you're 30, huh?
No, I'll settle for half that in cash.
Of course, it's just a hope, but you wouldn't consider coming back to the building alone, would you?
Well, Well, Annie, why don't you draw up a chair? Then you'd be more comfortable and you could hear everything that's going on.
I would if I thought I'd hear anything worth listening to.
You would.
I know it's soon to talk about it.
No, not Pop. I couldn't. I couldn't face being cooped up for the rest of my life in a shabby little office. No, I'm sorry, Pop. I didn't mean that. It's this business of nickels and dimes and spending all your life trying to figure out how to save 3 cents in a length of pipe. I go crazy. I want to do something big and something important.
You know, George, I feel that in a small way we're doing something important. It's satisfying a fundamental urge. It's deep in the race for a man to want his own roof and walls and fireplace. And we're helping him get those things in our shabby little office.
I know, Pop. I know that. I wish I felt that I've been hoarding pennies like a miser here in order to... Most of my friends have already finished college. I just feel like if I didn't get away, I'd bust.
Mm-hmm. Yes. You're right, son.
You see what I mean, don't you, Pop?
This town is no place for any man unless he's willing to crawl to Potter. Now, you've got talent, son. I've seen it. You get yourself an education and get out of here.
Pop, you want a shock? I think you're a great guy. Boy, did you hear that, Annie?
I heard it's about time one of you lunkheads said it.
I'm gonna miss old Annie. Pop, I think I'll get dressed and go over to Harry's party.
Have a good time, son.
You know my kid brother George, I'm gonna put him through college.
Hello, George.
Yeehaw!
Oh, Sam Wainwright. How are you? When'd you get here?
Oh, this afternoon. I thought I'd give the kids a treat.
Old college graduate now.
Yeah, old Joe College Wainwright, they call me. Well, freshman, looks like you're gonna make it after all, huh? Hey, Harry, you're the
Hello,
guy
Sam.
I want to see. The coach has heard all about you.
He has?
Yeah, he's followed every game, and his mouth's watering. He wants me to find out if you're gonna come along with us.
Yeah, well, I gotta make some dough first.
Well, you better make it fast. We need great ends like you. Not broken down old guys like this one, huh?
George! Welcome back. Oh, Mr. Partridge, how are you? Putting a pool under this floor is a great idea. Save this another building. Now, Harry, Sam, have a lot of fun. There's a lot of stuff there to eat and drink. A lot of pretty girls around.
Oh, don't worry about the girls. I'll take care of the dog.
Hello, well.
Hello. What am I being?
George. Marty! Well, it's all home week.
Marty!
Sam, Harry, how are you?
Good to see you.
Do me a favor, will you, George?
What's that?
Well, you remember my kid sister, Mary.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I'm a want you, Marty. Remember that.
Dance with her, will you?
Oh, me? Oh, well, I feel funny enough already with all these kids.
Oh, come on, be a sport. Just dance with her one time and you'll give her the thrill of her life. Hey, Sam.
Go on. Don't be long, Marty. I'm not being one first.
Second place. The next thing I knew, some guy came up and tripped me. That's the reason why I came in fourth. If it hadn't have been for that, that race had been a cinch. I tried to find out who it was later, but I couldn't find out. Nobody'd ever tell you whoever it was because they'd be scared. Because they know what
You
kind of a
remember
guy
George.
I am.
This is Mary. Well, I'll be seeing you.
Well.
Now, to get back to my story, see? Hey, this is my dance.
Oh, why don't you stop annoying me?
Well, I'm sorry. Hey!
Well, hello.
Hello. You look at me as if you didn't know me.
Well, I don't.
You pass me on the street almost every day.
Me? Ah, that was a little girl named Mary Hatch. That wasn't you.
Oh, yes, the big Charleston contest. The prize, a genuine loving cup. Those not tapped by the judges will remain on the floor. Let's go.
I'm not very good at this.
Neither am I.
what can we lose? Hey, you're wonderful.
What's the matter, Othello? Jealous? Did you know there's a swimming pool under this floor? And did you know that button behind you causes this floor to open up? And did you further know that George Bailey is dancing right over that crack? I've got the key.
Buffalo girls, can't you come out tonight? Can't you come out tonight? Can't you come out tonight? Buffalo girls, can't you come out tonight? And dance by the light of the moon.
Oh, hot dog, just like an organ.
Beautiful.
I told Harry I thought I'd be bored to death. You should have seen the commotion in that locker room. I had to knock down 3 people to get this stuff we're wearing here. Let me hold that old wet dress of yours.
Do I look as funny as you do?
I guess I'm not quite the football type. You look wonderful. You know, if it wasn't me talking, I'd say you were the prettiest girl in town.
Well, why don't you say it?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe I will say it. How old are you anyway?
18.
18? Why, it was only last year you were 17.
Too young or too old?
Oh, no. Just right. Your age fits you. Yes, sir. You look a little older without your clothes on. I mean, without a dress, you look older. I mean, younger. You just... Uh-oh. Oh, I'm on the way here.
Sir, by train, please.
A pox upon me for a clumsy lout. Your caboose, me lady.
You may kiss my hand.
Hey. Hey, Mary.
As I was lumbering down the street, down the street, down the street.
Okay, then I'll throw a rock at the old Granville house.
Oh, no, don't. I love that old house.
No, you see, you make a wish and then try and break some glass in. You gotta be a pretty good shot nowadays, too.
Oh,
Now,
no,
watch.
George, don't. It's full of romance, that old place. I'd like to live in it.
In that place?
Uh-huh.
I wouldn't live in as a ghost. Now, watch. It says right in the second floor there, see?
What'd you wish, George?
Well, not just one wish, a whole hatful. Mary, I know what I'm going to do tomorrow and the next day and next year and a year after that. I'm shaking the dust of this crummy little town off my feet, and I'm going to see the world. Italy, Greece, the Parthenon, the Colosseum. And then I'm coming back here and go to college and see what they know. And then I'm going to build things. I'm going to build airfields. I'm going to build skyscrapers 100 stories high. I'm going to build bridges a mile long. What, you going to throw a rock? Hey, that's pretty good. What'd you wish, Mary?
Buffalo gals, can't you come out tonight? Can't you come out tonight? Can't you come out tonight? Buffalo gals, can't you come out tonight?
Dance by the light of the moon. What'd you wish when you threw that rock?
Oh, no.
Come on,
no.
tell me.
If I told you, it might not come true.
What is it you want, Mary? What do you want? You want the moon? Just say the word and I'll throw a lasso around it and pull it down. Hey, that's a pretty good idea. I'll give you the moon, Mary.
I'll take it. Then what?
Well, then you could swallow it, and it'd all dissolve, see? And the moonbeams would shoot out of your fingers and your toes and the ends of your hair. Am I talking too much?
Yes. Why don't you kiss her instead of talking her to death?
How's that?
Why don't you kiss her instead of talking her to death?
Want me to kiss her, huh?
Oh, youth is wasted on the wrong people.
Hey. Hey, hold on. Hey, mister, come on back out here. I'll show you some kissing that'll put hair back on your head. What do you... Mary? Okay, I give up. Where are you?
Over here, in the hydrangea bushes.
There you are. Catch. Wait a minute. What am I doing? This is a very interesting situation.
Please give me my robe.
Man doesn't get in a situation like this every day.
I'd like to have my robe.
Not in Bedford Falls, anyway.
Ouch! Oh.
Gesundheit. This
George
requires
Bailey,
a little thought here.
give me my robe.
I've read about things like this, but I never...
Shame on you. I'm going to tell your mother on you.
Well, my mother's way up in the corner there.
I'll call the police.
They're way downtown. They'd be on my side, too.
Well, then I'm going to scream.
Maybe I could sell tickets. No. Let's see. No, that... The point is, in order to get this robe... I've got it. I'll make a deal with you, Mary.
George, come on home, quick. Your father's had a stroke.
Mary, I'm sorry. I've got to go.
Come on, George, let's hurry.
You got a doctor?
Yeah.
Kendall's there now.
I think that's all we'll need you for, George. I know you're anxious to make a train.
I have a taxi waiting downstairs.
I want the board to know that George gave up his trip to Europe to help straighten things out here these past few months. Good luck to you at school, George.
Good luck, George. Good luck.
And now we come to the real purpose of this meeting, to appoint a successor to our dear friend, Peter Bailey.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to get to my real purpose.
Wait just a minute now.
Wait for what? I claim this institution is not necessary to this town. Therefore, Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to dissolve this institution and turn its assets and liabilities over to the receiver.
Bloody, you dirty contemptible! I'll read this next, Ellie. George, did you hear what that was?
It's too soon after Peter Bailey's death to talk about chloroforming the building and loan.
Peter Bailey died 3 months ago. I second Mr. Potter's motion. Very well. In that case, I'll ask the 2 executive officers to withdraw. But before you go, I'm sure the whole board wishes to express its deep sorrow at the passing of Peter Bailey.
Thank you.
It was his faith and devotion that are responsible for this organization.
I'll go further than that. I'll say that to the public, Peter Bailey was the building and loan.
Oh, that's fine, Potter, coming from you, considering that you probably drove him to his grave.
Peter Bailey was not a businessman. That's what killed him. Oh, I don't mean any disrespect to him, God rest his soul. He was a man of high ideals, so-called. But ideals without common sense can ruin this town. Now, you take this loan here to Ernie Bishop. You know, that fellow that sits around all day on his brains in his taxi, you know. I happen to know the bank turned down this loan, but he comes here, and we're building him a house worth $5,000. Why?
Well, I handled that, Mr. Potter. You have all the papers there, his salary, insurance. I can personally vouch for his character.
Friend of yours?
Yes, sir.
You see, if you shoot pool with some employee here, you can come and borrow money. What does that get us? A discontented, lazy rabble instead of a thrifty working class. And all because a few starry-eyed dreamers like Peter Bailey stir 'em up and fill their head with a lot of impossible ideas. Now, I say...
Just a minute, just a minute. Now, hold on, Mr. Potter. Just a minute. Now, you're right when you say my father was no businessman. I know that. Why he ever started this cheap penny-ante building and loan, I'll never know. But neither you nor anybody else can say anything against his character because his whole life was... Why, in the 25 years since he and Uncle Billy started this thing, he never once thought of himself. Isn't that right, Uncle Billy? He didn't save enough money to send Harry to school, let alone me. But he did help a few people get out of your slums, Mr. Potter. And what's wrong with that? Well, here, you're all businessmen here. Doesn't make them better citizens? Doesn't make them better customers? You said that what'd you say just a minute ago? They had to wait and save their money before they even thought of a decent home? Wait for what? Until their children grow up and leave them? Until they're so old and broken down that do you know how long it takes a working man to save $5,000? Just remember this, Mr. Potter, that this rabble you're talking about, they do most of the working and paying and living and dying in this community. Well, is it too much to have them work and pay and live and die in a couple of decent rooms and a bath? Anyway, my father didn't think so. People were human beings to him, but to you, a warped, frustrated old man, they're cattle. Well, in my book, he died a much richer man than you'll ever be.
I'm not interested in your book. I'm talking about the building and loan.
I know very well what you're talking about. You're talking about something you can't get your fingers on, and it's galling you. That's what you're talking about, I know. Well, I've said too much. You're the board here. You do what you want with this thing. There's just one thing more, though. This town needs this measly one-horse institution, if only to have some place where people can come without crawling to Potter. Come on.
Sentimental hogwash. I want my motion acted on.
Boy, oh boy, that was telling, George. Oh boy, you shut his big mouth. You should have heard him.
What happened? We heard a lot of yelling.
Well, we're being voted out of business after 25 years.
Oh.
Easy come, easy go.
Here it is. Help wanted. Female.
You still want me to hang around, George?
Yeah, I'll be right down.
Yeah, hey, you'll miss your train. You're a week late for school already. Go on.
I wonder what's going on in there.
Oh, never mind. Don't worry about that. They're putting us out of business. So what? I can get another job. I'm only 55.
56.
Go on. Hey, look, you gave up your boat trip. Now you don't want to miss college, too, do you?
George, they voted Potter down. They want to keep it going.
You did it, George. You did it. They got one condition. Only one condition.
What's that?
And that's the best part of it. They've appointed George here as executive secretary to take his father's place.
Well, no, but Uncle Billy is...
You can keep him on, that's all right. As secretary, you can hire anyone you like.
Well, Dr. Cameron, now let's get this thing straight. I'm leaving right now. I'm going to school. This is my last chance. Uncle Billy here, he's your man.
But, George, they'll vote with Potter otherwise.
I know. He didn't go.
That's right. Not only that, but he gave his school money to his brother Harry and sent him to college. Harry became a football star, made second team All-American.
Yeah, but what happened to George?
George got 4 years older, waiting for Harry to come back and take over the building and loans.
Now, there are plenty of jobs around if somebody likes to travel. Look at this, here. Venezuela oil fields. Wanted, man with construction experience. Here's the Yukon. Right here. Wanted, man with engineering experience. There she blows. You know what the 3 most exciting sounds in the world are?
Uh-huh. Breakfast is served, lunch is served, dinner...
No. Anchor chains, plane motors, and train whistles.
Peanut.
There's the professor now. Old Professor Phi Beta
George, Geographic Explorer Bailey. What, no husky dogs, no sleds? Uncle Billy, you haven't changed a bit.
Nobody ever changes here, you know that.
Am I glad to see you.
Say, where's Mother?
She's home cooking the fatted calf. Come on, let's go.
Oh, wait a minute. George, Uncle Billy, I want you to meet Ruth.
Hello.
How do you do? Ruth Dakin.
Ruth Dakin Bailey, if you don't mind.
That's right. Well, I wired you I had a surprise. Here she is. Meet the wife.
Oh, what do you know?
Wife.
How do you do? Congratulations. What am I doing? Congratulations.
Come then, Harry. You
They're married, these two. Why don't you tell somebody?
I can't
Nobody tells me anything.
You really married?
Why, yeah.
Hey, what's a pretty girl like you doing marrying this two-headed brother of mine?
Well, I'll tell you, it's purely mercenary. My father offered him a job.
Oh, he got you on the job. Well, Harry's cup running over.
George, about that job. Bruce spoke out of turn. I never said I'd take it. You've been holding the bag here for 4 years, and... Well, I won't let you down, George. I would like to... Well, wait a minute. I forgot the bags. I'll be right back.
Surprise to me. This is the new Mrs. Bailey, my nephew's wife.
He's an
old friend of the Bailey.
Really? Oh, what are their names? Let's see. Now,
Just call in here now. We're taking her home. And I want to tell you that we're going to give the biggest party this town ever saw.
I'll be right here. Will you hear you?
George, that's all Harry ever talks about.
Ruth, what about this job?
Oh, well, my father owns a glass factory in Buffalo. He wants to get Harry started in the research business.
Well, is it a good job?
Oh, yes, very. Not much money, but good future, you know.
Yeah.
Harry's a genius at research. My father just fell in love with him.
You did, too.
Oh, boy, I feel so good, I could spit in Potter's eye. I think I will. What'd you say? Huh? No, maybe I better go home. Where's my hat? Oh, thank you, George. Which is mine?
The middle one.
Oh, thank you, George. Oh, boy. Now, look. If you'll point me in the right direction, would you do that, George?
Right down.
Old building and lone pal, huh?
Now, you just turn this way, and then right straight down there.
Oh, that way, huh? My wild Irish road. I'm all right. The sweetest flower.
Hello, Ma.
Oh, that's for nothing. How do you like her?
Oh, she's swell, isn't she?
Looks like she can keep Harry on his toes.
Keep him out of Bedford Falls, anyway.
Did you know that Mary Hatch is back from school?
Mm-hmm.
Came back 3 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
Nice girl, Mary.
Mm-hmm.
Kind that'll help you find the answers, George.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, stop that grunting.
Mm-hmm.
Can you give me one good reason why you shouldn't call on Mary?
Sure, Sam Wainwright. Yeah, Sam's crazy about Mary.
Oh, she's not crazy about him.
Well, how do you know? Now, what, she discuss it with him?
No.
Well, then how do you know?
Well, I've got eyes, haven't I? She lights up like a firefly whenever you're around.
Oh.
Besides, Sam Wainwright's away in New York, and you're here in Bedford Falls.
And all's fair in love and war.
Well, I don't know about war.
Mother mine, I can see right through you, right to your back collar button. Trying to get rid of me, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Well, here's your hat. What's your hurry? All right, mother, old building and loan pal. I think I'll go out and find a girl and do a little passionate necking. Now, if you'll just point me in the right direction. This direction. Good night, Mr. Bailey.
Excuse me.
Oh, wait a minute.
I think I got a date. But, stick around, fellas, just in case, huh?
We'll wait for you, baby.
Hello, George and Porgy.
What?
Hey, what give?
Nothing.
Where you going?
Oh, I'm probably end up down at the library.
Georgie, don't you ever get tired of just reading about things?
Yes. What are you doing tonight?
Nothing.
Are you game, Vi? Let's make a night of it.
Oh, I'd love it, Georgie. What'll we do?
Let's go out in the fields and take off our shoes and walk through the grass.
Huh?
Then we can go up to the falls. It's beautiful up there in the moonlight. And there's a green pool up there, and we can swim in it. Then we can climb Mount Bedford and smell the pines and watch the sunrise against the peaks, and we'll stay up there the whole night, and everybody will be talking. There'll be a terrific scamp.
Georgie, have you gone crazy?
No,
Why, walking the grass in my bare feet. Why, it's 10 miles up to Mount Bedford.
Okay, just forget about the whole thing.
What are you doing? Picketing?
Oh, Mary. I just happened to be passing by here.
Yes, so I noticed. Have you made up your mind?
How's that?
Have you made up your mind?
About what?
About coming in. Your mother just phoned and said you were on your way over to pay me a visit.
My mother just called you? Well, how'd she know?
Didn't you tell her?
I didn't tell anybody. I just went for a walk. Happened to be passing by here. That's... What do you... Went for a walk, that's all.
I'll be downstairs, Mother.
All right, dear.
Well, are you coming in or aren't you?
Well, I'll come in for a minute. But I didn't tell anybody I was coming over here, you know. When'd you get back?
Tuesday.
Where'd you get that dress?
Do you like it?
All right. I thought you would go back to New York like Sam and Angie and the rest of them.
Oh, I worked there a couple of vacations, but I don't know. I guess I was homesick.
Homesick? For Bedford Falls?
Yes. And my family and everything. Would you like to sit down?
All right, for a minute. I still can't understand it, though. You know, I didn't tell anybody I was coming here.
Would you rather leave?
No, I don't want to be rude.
Well, then, sit down.
What's that? Some joke, huh? Well, see, it still smells like pine needles around here.
Thank you.
What's the matter? Oh, yeah. Well,
Nice about your brother Harry and Ruth, isn't it?
oh, yeah, that's all right.
Don't you like her?
Well, of course I like her. She's a peach.
Oh, just marriage in general you're not enthusiastic about.
No, marriage is all right for Harry and Marty and Sam and you.
Mary, who's down there with you?
It's George Bailey, Mother.
George Bailey? What's he want?
I don't know. What do you want?
Me? Not a thing. I just came in to get warm.
He's making violent love to me, Mother.
You tell him to go right back home, and don't you leave the house either. Sam Wainwright promised to call you from New York tonight.
What's your mother, me? You know, I didn't come here to...
What did you come here for, then?
I don't know. You tell me. You're supposed to be the one that has all the answers. You tell me.
Why don't you go home?
That's where I'm going. I don't know why I came here in the first place. Good night.
Good night.
Mary, Mary, the telephone is Sam.
I'll get it.
Whatever were you doing that you couldn't hear? Mary, he's waiting.
Hello?
Forgot my hat.
Hee-haw. Hello, Sam. How are you? Oh, well, that's awfully sweet of you, Sam. There's an old friend of yours here, George Bailey. You mean old Mossback George? Yes, old Mossback George. Well, just a minute. I'll call him George.
He doesn't want to speak to George, you idiot.
He does so. He asked for him. George, Sam wants to speak to you.
Hi, Sam.
Well, George Baileyovsky. Hey, a fine pal you are. What are you trying to do, steal my girl?
Oh, what do you mean? Nobody's trying to steal anybody's girl. Here's Mary. No, wait a minute. I want to talk to Here, you. Tell Mary to get on the extension. You talk.
Mother's on the extension.
I am not.
We can both hear. Come here. We're listening, Sam.
Well, look, I have a big deal coming up that's going to make us all rich. George, do you remember that night in Martini's bar when you told me you'd read someplace about making plastics out of soybeans? Chili beans. Shut up, will you? You remember, out of soybeans.
Yeah, soybeans, yeah.
Well, listen, Dad snapped up the idea, and he's going to build a factory outside of Rochester. How do you like that?
Rochester? Well, why Rochester?
Well, why not? Can you think of anything better?
Well, I don't know. Why not right here? You remember that old tool and machinery works? Well, you tell your father you can get that for a song, and all the labor he wants, too. Half the town was thrown out of work when they closed down.
Was that so? Well, I'll tell him. Hey, that sounds great. Ah, baby, I knew you'd come through. Now, here's the point. Mary, you're in on this, too. Now, listen. Have you got any money?
Money? Yeah. Well, a little.
Well, now, listen. I want you to put every cent you've got into our stock. Do you hear? And, George, I may have a job for you. That is, unless you're still married to that broken-down building and loan. Well, this is the biggest thing since radio, and I'm letting you in on the ground floor. Oh, Mary.
Well, I'm here.
Will you tell that guy I'm giving him the chance of a lifetime? Do you hear? The chance of a lifetime.
He says it's the chance of a lifetime.
Now, you listen to me. I don't want any plastics, I don't want any ground floors, and I don't want to get married ever to anyone. You understand that? I want to do what I want to do. And you're... Mary.
George.
Mary.
Oh, dear.
Here they come! Here they come!
Now, George. Annie, we're just two old maids now.
You speak for yourself, Miss B.
If either of you two see a stranger around here, it's me.
Hey, look, there's somebody driving this cab.
Bert, the cop sent this over. He said to float away to Happy Land on the bubbles.
Oh, look at this old Bert champagne.
By the way, where are you two going on this here now, honeymoon?
Where are we going? Look at this. There's the kitty, Ernie. Here, come on, count it, Mary.
Oh, I feel like a bootlegger's wife. Look!
You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna shoot the works. A whole week in New York, a whole week in Bermuda, the highest hotels, the oldest champagne, the richest caviar, the hottest music, and the prettiest wife.
Wow, that does it. Then what?
Then what, honey?
After that, who cares?
That does it. Come here, come here, come here.
Don't look now, but there's something funny going on over there at the bank, George. I've never really seen one, but that's got all the earmarks of being a run.
Hey, Ernie, you got any money in the bank? You better hurry.
George, let's not stop. Let's go.
A minute there. Uh-oh.
Please, let's not stop, George.
I'll be back in a minute, Mary. Well, hello, everybody. Miss Thompson, how are you? Raleigh, what's the matter here? Can't you get in? What is this, Uncle Billy? A holiday?
George.
Come on in, everybody. That's right. Let's come on in. Gosh, Jimmy. Now, look, why don't you all sit down? Here, there are a lot of seats over there. Just make yourself at home.
George, can I see a minute?
Why did you call me?
I just did, but they said you left. This is a pickle, George. This is a pickle.
All right, now what happened? How did it start?
Well, how does a thing like this ever start? All I know is the bank called our loan.
When?
About an hour ago, I handed over all our cash.
All of it?
Every cent of it, and still was less than we owed them.
Holy mackerel.
And then I got scared, George, and closed the doors.
The whole town's gone crazy.
Yeah, hello? George, it's Potter.
Hello?
George, there is a rumor around town that you've closed your doors. Is that true? Oh, well, I'm very glad to hear that. George, are you all right? Do you need any police?
Police? What for?
Well, mobs get pretty ugly sometimes, you know. George, I am going all out to help in this crisis. I have just guaranteed the bank sufficient funds to meet their needs. They will close up for a week and then reopen.
Just took over the bank.
I may lose a fortune, but I am willing to guarantee your people, too. Just tell them to bring their shares over here, and I will pay 50 cents on the dollar.
Boy, you never miss a trick, do you, Potter? Well, you're gonna miss this one.
If you close your doors before 6 p.m., you will never reopen.
George, was it a nice wedding? Gosh, I wanted to be there.
Yeah. You can take this one off now. Now, just remember that this thing isn't as black as it appears. I have some news for you, folks. I was just talking to old man Potter, and he's guaranteed cash payments to the bank. The bank's going to reopen next week.
But, George, I got my money here.
Did he guarantee this place?
Well, no, Charlie, I didn't even ask him. We don't need Potter over here.
Then I'll take mine now.
No, but you're thinking of this place all wrong, as if I had the money back in a safe. The money's not here. Well, your money's in Joe's house. That's right next to yours. And in the Kennedy house, and Mrs. Maitland's house, and 100 others. You're lending them the money to build, and then they're going to pay it back to you as best they can. Now, what are you going to do, foreclose on them?
I got $242 in here, and $242 isn't going to break anybody.
Okay, Tom. All right. Here you are. You sign this. You get your money in 60 days.
60 days?
Well, now, that's what you agreed to when you bought your shares.
Tom! Did you get your money?
No.
Well, I did.
Old man Potter will pay 50 cents on the dollar for every share you got.
50 cents on the dollar?
Yes, cash.
Well, what do you say?
No, Tom, you have to stick to your original agreement. Now, give us 60 days on this
Okay, Randall.
Are you going to Potter's?
Better to get half than nothing.
That's what I need that.
Tom! Randall, now, Randall, wait. Now, wait. Now, listen. Now, listen to me. I beg of you not to do this thing. If Potter gets a hold of this building and alone, there'll never be another decent house built in this town. He's already got charge of the bank, he's got the bus line, he got the department stores, and now he's after us. Why? Well, it's very simple, because we're cutting in on his business, that's why. And because he wants to keep you living in his slums and paying the kind of rent he decides. Joe, you had one of those Potter houses, didn't you? Well, have you forgotten? Have you forgotten what he charged you for that broken-down shack? Here, Ed, you remember last year when things weren't going so well and you couldn't make your payments? Well, you didn't lose your house, did you? You think Potter would have let you keep it? Can't you understand what's happening here? Don't you see what's happening? Potter isn't selling, Potter's buying. And why? Because we're panicky and he's not, that's why. He's picking up some bargain. Now, we can get through this thing all right. We've got to stick together, though. We've got to have faith in each other.
But my husband hasn't worked in over a year, and I need money.
How am I going to live until the bank opens?
I got doctor bills to pay. I need cash.
I can't keep my kids on faith. I've got to have...
How much do you need?
Hey! I got $2,000. Here's $2,000. This will tide us over to the bank reopens. All right, Tom, how much do you need?
$242.
No, Tom, just enough to tide you over until the bank reopens.
I'll take $242.
There you are.
That'll close my account.
Your account's still here. That's a loan. Okay. All right, Ed.
Well, I got $300 here, George.
All right, now, Ed, what'll it take until the bank opens? What do you need?
Well, I suppose $20?
$20. Now you're talking. All right. Thanks, Ed. That's fine. All right, now, Miss Thompson, how much do you want?
But it's your own money,
Now,
George.
never mind about that. How much do you want now?
I can get along with 20, all right.
$20, fine.
And I'll sign the
There you are.
paper.
You don't have to sign anything. I know you. You pay when you can. That's okay. All right, Miss Davis.
Could I have $17.50?
Bless your heart. Of course you can have it. You got 50 cents. There we go. 7.
We're gonna make it, George.
6.
They'll never close us up today.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bingo! We made it. Close the door, Eustace. We made it. Look, we're still in business. We still got $2 left. Well, look, let's have some of that. Let's celebrate. Get some glasses, Tilly. Well, a couple of financial wizards.
Those Rockefellers.
Look, get a tray for these 2 great, big, important simoleons here.
We'll save them for seed. A
Yeah,
toast.
A toast. A toast to Mama Dollar and to Papa Dollar. And if you want to keep this old building and loan in business, you better have a family real quick.
I wish they were rabbits.
I wish there were, too. Okay, let's put them in the safe and see what happens.
Folks, wedding cigars.
Oh, wedding. Holy mackerel, I'm married. Where's Mary? Mary! Mary! Oh, poor Mary. Look, I got a train ticket, and the train's gone. Well, I wonder if Ernie's still here with his taxi cab.
George, there's a call for you.
Look, will you get my wife on the phone? She's probably over at her mother's.
Mrs. Bailey is on the phone.
I don't want Mrs. Bailey. I want my wife. Mrs. Bailey. That's my wife. Here, I'll take it in here. Mary. Hello. Listen, dear, I'm sorry. Huh? Come home. What home? 320 Sycamore. Well, what? Whose home's that? The Waldorf Hotel, huh?
Hey, this is the company's posters, and the company won't like this.
How would you like to get a ticket next week? You got any romance in you?
Sure, I had it, but I got rid of it.
Liver pills. Who wants to see liver pills on their honeymoon? What we want is romantic places, beautiful places, places George wants to go. Hey, Bert! Here he comes! Come on, we gotta get this up. He's coming. Who? The groom, idiot. This is their honeymoon. Come on, get that ladder.
What are they, ducks?
Get that ladder.
All right.
Hurry up.
I'm hurrying.
Hiya, good evening, sir. Entree, monsieur. Entree.
Welcome home, Mr. Bailey.
Mary, where did you...
I love you truly, truly, dear. Life with its shadow.
Remember the night we broke the windows in this old house? This is what I wished for.
You rented a new house?
Rent? You hear what he said, Mr. Bailey?
What's that?
I own the house. Me, Giuseppe Martini, I own my own house. No more we live like a pigs in this Paris field.
One more, that's just...
Marie!
Harry, come on, bring the baby. I'll take the kids in the car.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Bailey. Thank you.
All right, kids. Here, get in here. One at a time, get right up in the seat there. Here now, get the dog. That's it. Go.
Everybody,
Hold it. All right, fine.
Bye-bye.
All in. Mr. and Mrs. Martini, welcome home.
Good old George, he's always making a speech.
Hee-haw! Sam Wainwright.
Oh, who cares? Bread, that this house may never know hunger. Salt, that life may always have flavor.
And wine, that joy and prosperity may reign forever. Enter the Martini Castle.
Look, Mr. Potter, it's no skin off my nose. I'm just your little rent collector. But you can't laugh off this Bailey Park anymore. Look at it.
Congressman Blatz is here to see you, sir.
I'll tell the congressman to wait. Go on.
15 years ago, a half a dozen houses stuck here and there. There's the old cemetery, squirrels, buttercups, daisies. I used to hunt rabbits there myself. Look at it today. Dozens of the prettiest little homes you ever saw. 90% owned by suckers who used to pay rent to you. Your Potter's Field, my dear Mr. Employer, is becoming just that. And are the local yokels making with those David and Goliath wisecracks?
No, they are they? Even though they know the Baileys never made a dime out of it.
You know very well why. The Baileys were all chumps. Every one of these homes is worth twice what it cost a building and loan to build. If I were you, Mr. Potter...
You are not me.
As I say, it's no skin off my nose. But one of these days, this bright young man's going to be asking George Bailey for a job.
Bailey family's been a boil on my neck long enough. Come in here.
We just stopped in town to take a look at the new factory, and then we're going to drive on down to Florida.
Oh,
Why don't you have your friends join us?
Why, sure. Hey, why don't you kids drive down with us, huh?
Oh, I'm afraid I couldn't get away, Sam.
Still got the nose to the old grindstone, eh? Jane, I offered to let George in on the ground floor in plastics, and he turned me down cold.
Oh, now, don't rub it in.
I'm not rubbing it in. Well, I guess we better run along.
Awfully happy to have met you, Mary. Nice
Goodbye.
meeting you.
Bye,
Bye, George.
Glad to see
Come along, George. See you in the funny
Goodbye,
paper.
Sam.
Come along, Mary.
Sam. Have fun.
Thanks for dropping her off.
Florida.
Hee-haw! Hee-haw! Thank you, sir. It's quite a cigar, Mr. Potter.
You like it? I'll send you a box.
Well, I suppose I'll find out sooner or later, but just what exactly do you want to see me about?
Oh, George, now that's just what I like so much about you. George, I am an old man, and most people hate me, but I don't like them either, so that makes it all even. You know just as well as I do that I run practically everything in this town, but the Bailey building alone. You know also that for a number of years I've been trying to get control of it, or kill it, but I haven't been able to do it. You have been stopping me. In fact, you have beaten me, George. And as anyone in this county can tell you, that takes some doing. Now, take during the Depression, for instance. You and I were the only ones that kept our heads. You saved the building and loan. I saved all the rest.
Yes, well, most people say you stole all the rest.
The envious ones say that, George. The suckers. Now, I have stated my side very frankly. Now, let's look at your side. Young man, 27, 28, married, making, say, 40 a week.
45.
45. 45. Out of which, after supporting your mother and paying your bills, you're able to keep, say, 10, if you skimp. A child or two comes along, and you won't even be able to save the 10. Now, if this young man at 28 was a common, ordinary yokel, I say he was doing fine. But George Bailey is not a common, ordinary yokel. He is an intelligent, smart, ambitious young man who hates his job, who hates the building and loan almost as much as I do. A young man who's been dying to get out on his own ever since he was born. A young man, the smartest one in the crowd, mind you. A young man who has to sit by and watch his friends go places because he's trapped. Yes, sir, trapped into frittering his life away playing nursemaid to a lot of garlic eaters. Do I paint a correct picture, or do I exaggerate?
Well, what's your point, Mr. Potter?
My point is I want to hire you.
Hire me?
Yeah, I want you to manage my affairs, run my properties. George, I'll start you out at $20,000 a year.
$20,000 a year?
You wouldn't mind living in the nicest house in town? Buying your wife a lot of fine clothes? A couple of business trips to New York a year? Maybe once in a while Europe? You wouldn't mind that, would you, George?
Would I? You're not talking to somebody else around here, are you? You know, this is me. You remember me? George Bailey.
George Bailey, yeah. George Bailey, whose ship has just come in. Provided he has enough brains to climb aboard.
Holy mackerel. Well, how about the building and loan?
Oh, confound it, man. Are you afraid of success? I'm offering you a 3-year contract at $20,000 a year starting today. Is it a deal or isn't it?
Well, Mr. Potter, I know I ought to jump at the chance, but I wonder if it'd be possible for you to give me 24 hours to think it over.
Sure. You go on home and talk about it to your wife.
I'd like to do that.
Yeah, then in the meantime, I'll draw up the papers.
All right, sir.
Okay, George?
Okay, Mr. Potter. No, wait a minute here. Wait a minute. I don't need 24 hours. I don't have to talk to anybody. I know right now, and the answer's no. Doggone it. You sit around here and you spin your little webs and you think the whole world revolves around you and your money. Well, it doesn't, Mr. Potter. In the whole vast configuration of things, I'd say you were nothing but a scurvy little spider. And that goes for you, too. goes for you, too.
You wouldn't mind living in the nicest house in town? Buying your wife a lot of fine clothes? Going to New York on a business trip a couple of times a year? Maybe Europe once in a while?
I know what I'm going to do tomorrow, and the next day, and next year, and the year after that. I'm shaking the dust of this crummy little town off my feet, and I'm going to see the world. And then I'm going to build things. I'm going to build airfields. I'm going to build skyscrapers 100 stories high. I'm going to build a bridge a mile long. What is it you want, Mary? What, you want the moon? If you do, just say the word. I'll throw a lasso around it and pull her down for you.
Buffalo girl, won't you come out tonight? Won't you come out tonight? Won't you come out tonight? Buffalo girl, won't you come out tonight?
Hi.
Mary Hatch. Why in the world did you ever marry a guy like me?
To keep from being an old maid.
You could have married Sam Wainwright and anybody else in town.
No, I didn't want to marry anybody else in town. I want my baby to look like you.
You didn't even have a honeymoon. I promised you. You what?
My baby.
You're Mary, you on the nest?
George Bailey Lasso Stork.
This is a stork. What do you mean, what is it, a boy or a girl?
Mm-hmm.
Now you've probably already guessed that George never leaves Bedford Falls.
No.
Mary had her baby, a boy. Then she had another one, a girl. Day after day, she worked away, remaking the old Granville house into a home. Night after night, George came back late from the office. Potter was bearing down hard. Then came a war.
It's gonna snow again.
What do you mean it's gonna snow? Look at the headline there. President
I know, George, and it's marvelous. Commander Harry Bailey.
Oh, Mr. Gower, look at this. The second time. Well, look, this is for you. This is for you. Okay. That's for you.
Right.
For you again.
Hey, be sure you spell our name right.
Yeah, extra. Read all about it.
George, it's Harry now, a long distance from Washington.
Harry, what do you know about
Hey, he reversed the charges. It's okay, isn't it?
Reverse the charges. Of course it is. For a hero. Harry? You old 7 times the son of a gun. Congratulations.
What's he?
Well, how's Mother standing it? Should you? What do you know about it? Mother had lunch with the president's wife.
Wait till Martha hears about this.
What they had to eat?
What'd they have to eat? Harry, you should see what they're cooking up in the town for you. Oh, they are. The Navy's gonna fly Mother home this afternoon.
In a plane?
What? Uncle Billy. Uncle Billy come in here?
Oh, we stopped at the bank first.
He's not here right now, Harry, but look, now, tell me about it.
George.
What?
That man is here again.
What man?
Bank exam.
Harry, talk to Houston for a minute, will you? I'll be right back. Wow.
Harry.
Oh, good morning, sir.
Carter, bank examiner.
Mr. Carter, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
We're all excited around here. My brother just got the Congressional Medal of Honor. The president just decorated him.
Yeah, well, I guess they do those things. Well, I trust you had a good year.
Good year? Well, between you and me, Mr. Carter, we're broke.
Yeah, very funny.
Well, now, come right in here, Mr. Carter.
Although I shouldn't wonder when you okay reverse charges on personal long-distance calls.
George, shall we hang up?
No, he wants to talk to Uncle Billy. You just hold on there.
Now, if you'll cooperate, I'd like to finish with you by tonight. I want to spend Christmas in Elmira with my family.
I don't blame you at all, Mr. Carter. Just step right in here. We'll fix you up.
December 24. $8,000.
Merry Christmas, Mr.
Well,
Good morning, Mr. Potter. What's the news? Oh, well, Harry Bailey wins congressional medal. That wouldn't be one of the Bailey boys. You just can't keep those Baileys down. Now, can you, Mr. Potter?
How does Slacker George feel about that?
Very jealous, very jealous. He only lost 3 buttons off his vest. Of course, Slacker George would have gotten 2 of these medals if he had gone.
Bad ear.
Yes. After all, Potter, some people like George had to stay at home. Not every heel was in Germany and Japan.
Good morning, Mr. Bailey.
Good morning, Horace.
I guess you forgot something.
Huh?
You forgot something.
What?
Well, aren't you going to make a deposit?
Oh, sure I am.
Well, then it's usually customary to bring the money with you.
Huh? Oh, shucks.
How about that finger there?
Anyway. Bailey.
Take me back there. Hurry up. Come on, look sharp. Take me back.
Just make yourself at home, Mr. Carter. I'll get those books for you. Well, hello, Vi.
George, can I see you for a second?
Well, of course you can. Go on, the office here. Oh, Uncle Billy, talk to Harry. He's on the telephone.
Hurry up, Uncle Billy. It's Harry, long distance, Washington. Hey, here's Harry on the phone. You know your nephew, remember? Harry. Here he is. Hurry up.
Hello. Oh, yeah, yes, Harry. Yes, everything's fine. Well, my headache's $70,000. It's got to be somewhere.
There you are.
Character. If I had any character,
Well, it takes a lot of character to leave your hometown and start all over again.
Oh, no, George.
Here.
Don't.
No, here now. You're broke, aren't you?
I know, but...
What do you want to do? Hawk your furs and that hat? Want to walk to New York? You know, they charge for meals and rent up there just the same as do in Bedford Falls.
Yeah, sure.
No, that's a loan. No, that's my business, building and loan. Besides, you'll get a job. Good luck to you.
I'm glad I know you, George Bailey.
Say hello to New York for me.
Yeah, sure I will.
Well, let's hear from you once in a while. Come on. Merry Christmas, boy.
Merry Christmas, George.
Mr. Bailey.
Oh, Mr. Carter, I'm sorry. I was right with you. Uncle Billy here? What's going on? The bank examiner's here, Uncle Billy.
He's here.
Well, yeah, he wants the accounts payable to... What's the matter with you? Eustace?
Yeah?
Come here, man. Did you see Uncle Billy with any cash last night?
He had it on his desk counting it before he closed up.
Now, look, did you buy anything?
Nothing, not even a stick of gum.
All right. Now, we'll go over every step you took since you left the house, right?
This way.
And did you put the envelope in your pocket?
Yeah,
All
no, maybe.
Maybe, I don't want any maybe. We've got to find that money.
I'm no good to you.
Uncle Billy, look, do you realize what's going to happen if we don't find it? Listen to me. Do you have any secret hiding place here in the house? Someplace you'd hide the money.
I've gone over the whole house, even in rooms that have been licensed. I lost Laura.
Listen to me. Think.
I can't think anymore, George. I can't think anymore. It hurts.
Where's that money, you silly, stupid old fool? Where's that money? You realize what this means?
It means bankruptcy and scandal and prison. That's what it means. One of us is going to jail. Well, it's not going to be me.
Hello, darling.
Hello, Daddy. Hello, Daddy.
How do you like it? Bless you. Did you bring the wreath?
Yes, Daddy, did you bring the Christmas wreath?
What wreath?
Well, the Merry Christmas wreath with the window.
No, I left it at the office.
Is it snowing?
Yeah, it just started.
Well, where's your coat and hat?
Left them at the office.
What's the matter?
Nothing's the matter. Everything's all right.
Come on, Pete. You're a big boy. You can get this star up, way up at the top. There it is. Yeah. All right. Now you fill in that little bare spot right there. Isn't it wonderful about Harry? You're famous, George. Bet I had 50 calls today about the parade, the banquet. Your mother's so excited.
Must she keep playing that?
I have to practice it for the party tonight, Daddy.
Mom said we could stay up till midnight and sing Christmas carols.
Can you sing, Daddy?
Better hurry and shave. The families will be here soon.
Families? I don't want the families over here.
Come on out in the kitchen with me while I finish dinner.
Goofy! Excuse me!
Have a hectic day?
Oh, yeah, another big red letter day for the Baileys.
Daddy, the Browns next door have a new car. You should see it.
Oh, what's the matter with our car? Isn't it good enough for you?
Yes, Daddy.
Excuse me! Excuse me!
Excuse you for what?
I burped.
All right, tell me you're excused. Now go on upstairs and see if little Zuzu wants anything.
Zuzu, well, what's the matter with Zuzu?
Oh, she's got a cold. She's in bed. Caught it coming home from school. They gave her a flower for a prize, and she didn't want to crush it, so she didn't button up her coat.
What is it, sore throat or what?
Just a cold. The doctor says it's
The
nothing
doctor, was the
serious.
doctor here?
Yes, I called him right away. He said it's nothing to worry
Is she
about.
running a temperature? What is that?
Just a teensy one, 99.6. She'll be all right.
Of course, it's this old house. I don't know why we don't all have pneumonia. The drafty old barn of a place. Might as well be living in a refrigerator. Why do we have to live here in the first place and stay around this measly, crummy old town?
George, what's wrong?
Wrong, everything's wrong. You call this a happy family? Why do we have to have all these kids?
Dad, how do you spell frankincense?
I don't know. Why, ask your mother.
Where are you going?
Going up to see Zeus.
You told me to write a play for tomorrow.
F-R-A-N-K-I-N.
Hi, Daddy.
Well, what happened to you?
I want a flower.
Oh, wait, now, where do you think you're going?
Want to give my flower a drink?
All right. Now, I'll give Daddy the flower. I'll give it a drink. No, here.
Look, Daddy. Taste it.
Yeah, all right. Give me. All right, we'll paste this together. There it is. Good as new. Now, give the flower a drink. Now, will you do something for me? What? Will you try and get some sleep?
I'm not sleepy. I want to look at my flower.
I know, but you just go to sleep. And then you can dream about it. And it'll be a whole garden.
It will.
Hello? Yes, this is Mrs. Bailey. Oh, thank you, Mrs. Welch. I'm sure she'll be all right. The doctor said that she ought to be out of bed in time to have her Christmas dinner.
Is that Zuzu's teacher?
Yes.
Let me speak to her. Hello. Hello, Mrs. Wells. Well, it's George Bailey. I'm Zuzu's father. Say, what kind of a teacher are you anyway? What do you mean sending her home like that, half naked? You realize she'll probably end up with pneumonia on account of you?
George.
Is this the sort of thing we pay taxes for, to have teachers like you, stupid, silly, careless people that send our kids home without any clothes on? You know, maybe my kids aren't the best dressed kids, and maybe they don't have any decent clothes. Oh, that's stupid.
Hello, Mrs. Welch. I want to apologize. Hello? Hello? She's hung up.
I'll hang her up. What is that? Hello, who's this? Oh, Mr. Welch. Okay, that's fine, Mr. Welch. Give me a chance to tell you what I really think of your wife.
George.
Will you get out and let me handle this? Hello? Hello? What? Oh, you will, huh? Okay, Mr. Welch, anytime you think you're man enough, you... Hello?
Dad, how do you spell hallelujah?
How should I know? What do you think I am, a dictionary? Tommy, stop that, stop it. Janie, haven't you learned that silly tune yet? You play it over and over again. Now stop it, stop it. Sorry, Mary. Janie, I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. You go on and practice. Pete, I owe you an apology, too. I'm sorry. What do you want to know?
Nothing, Daddy.
What's the matter with everybody? Janie, go on. I told you to practice. Now go on, play.
Oh, Daddy.
George, why must you torture the children? Why don't you...
Mary.
Bedford 247, please.
Is Daddy in trouble?
Yes, Pete.
Shall I pray for him?
Yes, Janie, pray very hard.
Me too?
You too, Tommy. Hello? Uncle Billy?
I'm in trouble, Mr. Potter. I need help. Through some sort of an accident, my company's short in their accounts. The bank examiner got there today. I've got to raise $8,000 immediately.
Oh, that's what the reporters wanted to talk to you about.
The reporters?
Yes, they called me up from your building and loan. Oh, there's a man over there from the DA's office, too, who's looking for you.
Please help me, Mr. Potter. Help me, won't you, please? Can't you see what it means to my family? I'll pay any sort of a bonus on the loan, any interest. If you still want the building and loan,
George, could it possibly be there's a slight discrepancy in the books?
No, sir, there's nothing wrong with the books. I've just misplaced $8,000. I can't find it anywhere.
You misplaced $8,000?
Yes, sir.
Have you notified the police?
No, sir, I didn't want the publicity. Harry's homecoming tomorrow.
They're going to believe that one. What have you been doing, George? Playing the market with the company's money?
No, sir, I haven't.
What is it, a woman, then? You know, it's all over town that you've been giving money to Violet Bick. What? Not that it makes any difference to me, but why do you come to me? Why don't you go to Sam Wainwright and ask him for the money?
I can't get a hold of him. He's in Europe.
Well, what about all your other friends?
Well, they don't have that kind of money, Mr. Potter. You know that. You're the only one in town that can help me.
I've suddenly become quite important. Well, what kind of security would I have, George? Have you got any stocks?
No, sir.
Bonds? Real estate? Collateral of any kind?
Well, I have some life insurance. $15,000 policy.
Yes, how much is your equity in it?
$500.
$500. And you asked me to lend you $8,000. Look at you. You used to be so cocky. You were going to go out and conquer the world. You once called me a warped, frustrated old man. What are you but a warped, frustrated young man? Miserable little clerk crawling in here on your hands and knees and begging for help. No securities, no stocks, no bonds, nothing but a miserable little $500 equity and a life insurance policy. You're worth more dead than alive. Why don't you go to the riffraff you love so much and ask them to let you have 8,000? You know why? Because they'd run you out of town on a rail. But I tell you what I'm going to do for you, George. Since the state examiner is still here, as a stockholder of the building and loan, I'm going to swear out a warrant for your arrest. Misappropriation of funds, manipulation, malfeasance. All right, George, go ahead. Go. You can't hide in a little town like this. Bill, this is Potter.
Father in heaven, I'm not a praying man, but if you're up there and you can hear me, show me the way. I'm at the end of my rope, right? Show me the way, God.
Are you all right, George? Want somebody to take you home, huh?
Why you dream so much, my friend? Please go home, Mr. Bailey. This is Christmas Eve.
Bailey? Which Bailey?
This Mr. George Bailey.
The next time you talk to my wife like that, you'll get worse. She cried for an hour. It isn't enough she's slave teaching you stupid kids how to read and write. You have to bawl around, eh?
Get out of here, Mr. Welsh!
Now, wait a minute. I want to pay for my drink.
Never mind the money. You get out of here, quick! You hit my best friend. Get out!
You all right, George?
Who's that? He gone. No worry. His name is Welsh. He no come into my place no more.
Oh, wow. That's what I get for praying.
The last time he come in here, you hear that, Nick? No, you no feels good. Sit down and rest.
I'm all right.
Please, no, go away.
Hey, what's the matter with you? Look where you're going.
I didn't have time to get some stylish underwear. Wife gave me this on my last birthday. I passed away in it. Oh, Tom Sawyer's drying out, too. You should read the new book Mark Twain's writing now.
How did you happen to fall in?
I didn't fall in. I jumped in.
Oh, it's against the law to commit suicide around here.
Yeah, it's against the law where I come from, too.
Oh, where do you come from?
Heaven? Your lip's bleeding, George.
Yeah. I got a bust in the jaw in answer to a prayer a little bit ago.
Oh, no, George. I'm the answer to your prayer. That's why I was sent down here.
How'd you know my name?
Oh, I know all about you. I've watched you grow up from a little boy.
What are you, a mind reader or something? Well, who are you then?
Clarence Oddbody, AS2.
Oddbody. AS2, what's that AS2?
Angel, second class. I told you I'm your guardian angel. I know everything about you.
Well, you look about like the kind of an angel I'd get. Sort of a fallen angel, aren't you? What happened to your wings?
I haven't won my wings yet. That's why I'm an angel second class.
I don't know whether I like it very much being seen around with an angel without any wings.
Oh, I've got to earn them. And you'll help me, won't you?
Sure. How?
By letting me help you.
Only one way you can help me. You don't happen to have $8,000 on you.
Mary! Mary! Yay! Yay! Hello, Bedford Falls! Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas, George! Merry Christmas, George!
Merry Christmas, movie house! Merry Christmas, Emporium! Merry Christmas, you wonderful old building and loan! Hey! Merry Christmas, Mr. Potter! Happy New Year to you! In jail.
Go on home. They're waiting for you.
Well, hello, Mr. Bank Examiner. How are...
Mr. Bailey, there's a deficit.
I know, $8,000.
Merry Christmas, Daddy.
Kids! Pete! Oh. Kids, Janie, Tommy. Let me look at you. Oh, I could eat you up. Where's your mother?
She went looking for you. With Uncle Billy. Daddy!
Zuzu, my little ginger snap. How do you feel?
Fine. Not a smidge of temperature.
Not a smidge of... Hallelujah.
Hello. George! George,
Mary.
darling, where are you? George, darling, where are you? Oh, George! George!
Oh, let me touch you. Let me touch you. Are you real? Oh,
George!
You've no idea what's happened to me.
You've no idea what happened. Well, come on, George, come on downstairs. Quick, they're on their way.
All right.
Come on. Come on in here now. Now you stand right over here by the tree. Right there, and don't move. Don't move. What's happening? Oh, I hear them coming now. George, it's a miracle. It's a miracle.
What's happening? Who's gonna come, Daddy? Who, Daddy?
Come in, Uncle Billy. Everybody in here.
George!
You better come.
Has never seen anything like it. Isn't it wonderful? So many friends. Mary did it, George. Mary did it. She told some people you were in trouble, and they scattered all over town collecting money. Didn't ask any questions, just said, George in trouble, and tell me you
What
never
is
saw
this,
anything like it. Spread like fair.
Another run on the bank? Here, George. Merry Christmas.
Now, don't push. There we are. The line forms on the right. The line forms on the right. Come on, come in, George. Now, don't hurry. God bless you. Oh, Mr. Martini. Here's Martini. Step right up here. You'll all get up. I busted the jukebox, too. Charge it now.
I'm not gonna go, George. I changed my mind.
I've been saving this money for a divorce if ever I get a husband.
Hey, George, you got the fat
broccoli all left out of it. Here's some beautiful play with, baby.
I wouldn't have a roof over my head if it wasn't for you, George.
Just a minute, just a minute. Quiet, everybody. Quiet, quiet. Now get this. It's from London.
Oh.
Mr. Gower cabled you need cash. Stop. My office instructed to advance you up to $25,000. Stop. Hee-haw and Merry Christmas, Sam Wainwright.
Mr. Martini, how about some wine?
The fool flew all the way up here in a blizzard.
Harry, how about your Bedford in New York?
Oh, I left right in the middle of it. As soon as I got Mary's telegram. Good idea, Ernie. A toast. To my big brother, George, the richest man in town.
You really had a wonderful life, George.
What's that?
That's a Christmas present from a very dear friend of mine.
Look, Daddy, teacher says every time a bell rings, an angel gets his wings.
That's right. That's right.
Attaboy, Clarence.